great pleasure to be with you all on this happy occasion and extend a very warm welcome to our friend Mr. Bhaskaran to be as one of our speaker today. And now comes in pleasant duty is to introduce our friend Mr. Bhaskaran to all of you. Sir, name please. Yes, sir. Mr. Bhaskaran, we are basically having BSc and BE and also the MBA from Calcutta. And he is having about 6 years of experience. And above all, he is also having the qualification, certification qualification, and that's mainly for certified fellow in production and inventory management, and also he is having about the certified supply chain professional and certified purchasing manager and certified transportation and logistics, and these are all the things which he is having in the form of an additional certification qualification. And as I already told you that since he is having about 36 years of experience and he has given about 9 years in and apart from that he is also worked in Tata Borough and also Tata Unisys and TCS also. In fact, he is retired from 2007 as a general manager, and he is also acting as a visiting professor and faculty, and specifically for IIM Kozhikode and Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Management, and also the Narsi Mosa Institute of Management and American University. All these things is giving, and apart from that, the Vellore also. See about the symbiosis to the Institute of Management, Vellore. And he is also acting as one of the faculty development program, and he is also an international trainer. He has given a very good, the wide experience and given more number of input to the various group of people also. With this, now I would like to introduce Mr. Bhaskaran, and definitely he will be in a position to give you an excellent output. I request our members to kindly make use of the service and if time permits, create an opportunity and apply wherever you are working. So with this, thanks for listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for the lovely introduction. Did you talk about me or somebody else? Did you talk about me? Okay, folks. Good evening.
Great, sir.
Okay, I believe in asking questions. I don't answer questions in my lectures, I only ask questions. So first question that I am asking is, what is the price of the cell phone? S3 phone. What is the price of it? S3 Samsung 35,000 rupees. Now it has come down, isn't it? 30%.
It's a very important. It goes minimum 800, it goes maximum, say about 40,000.
No, I thought about this particular. This is S3, Samsung S3 model. Okay, fine. What is the value of it at the factory gate? So if the selling price is 35,000, what's the value of this machine at the factory gate?
20,000.
10,000. You will be able to discuss one. Yeah.
20,000.
20. Who said 20?
Yeah.
Okay, 20. You said 10,000. Any other bidding? Would you like to bid for it? Can you wait the back, sir?
Now, first of all, let us know what are the facilities in there. Is it Android or?
It's an Android phone. It's an Android phone with 5 inches screen.
Okay.
With 4 GB or 32 GB memory. Yeah.
Then it is 32,000.
32,000. Good. What's the price? What is the value of the factory gate? Price is almost fixed. 35, 32. There's not much of a difference. I'm asking about the value of the factory gate.
Factory price is
5,000. What is the value of the factory gate?
Factory gate is very low.
What's the value?
10,000.
10,000. 1/3.
1/3.
1/3. He's maybe about 12,000. 10,000, 12,000, and somebody said 5,000. Wonderful. According to me, the value of the factory gate is 0. I'm not asking for the cost, I'm asking for the value. Unless it reaches the customer, do you get the value?
Yes.
It has to reach the customer to get the value, am I right? So value of the factory gate is 0. And who does the job of moving it to the customer? Logistics. Logistics is the last mile. The entire supply chain from supply to customer. Logistics takes care of the last 1 mile, last mile, as we call it, last mile. You can have any number of machines in the factory, but you don't get the turnover unless it reaches the customer and customer pays for it. Am I right? So that way logistics becomes an important proportion in the entire supply chain from supplier to the customer. I'll give an example, sir. I was working for a Tata company, for another Tata company. I can mention the name of the Tata company. Now it is called as Tata Communications. Previously it was called as National Journey. VSM, you must have heard of VSM. Now it is Tata Communications. Tata has bought over it. So I was to supply equipments to about 9 different locations in India. From there, they were to give it to the ultimate customers at home. It was a broadband. This happened about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. It was for broadband connectivity at home. This one was planned beautifully. That means if you are at home, you can go and get a broadband connectivity of BSNL. And they got the latest equipment. The project was supposed to last for 6 months. They crushed it to 3 months. We finished, our company finished the project in 2.5 months. We supplied all the equipment. Exactly 1 year after the project was over, I went to the BSNL godown. I found all the equipment lying there. 80% of the equipment are still lying in the shelf. Only 20% had been sold to customers. I asked them, what is the problem? You planned everything so beautifully. You decided how much to order. You did not look at the customer at that time. Saying that you did not do the market research. Market survey and find out how many customers are going to buy. They said, yes, we did everything. One thing we missed. How are we going to go from our tower to the customer? How are we going to go? They said we will go through cable operators. From our tower to the customer, we will use the services of the cable operator. And no cable operator wanted to operate on check basis. Everybody wanted cash. This being a Tata company said, no cash. Everything has to be above board. Project collapsed because of this. Because what did they do? They didn't worry about the last mile. The last mile they never planned. The entire scheme of things, they planned everything beautifully. They took the cable operators for granted. They said, okay, cable operators will do whatever we say. We are a Tata company. But they said, no, give us cash. These people said check, and the entire project almost collapsed because of that. Last mile was not taken care of. That's one of the important things. A company may have a great product at the right price, but unless you reach it to the customer, you don't get the value of that. That's why if logistics is inefficient, it dashes against the wall. Logistics is inefficient, but the entire project, no product will survive in the market. If your logistics, last mile is inefficient. But logistic people always say 2 things. One is move. There are 4 aspects of logistics which are important. Documentation. Especially if you are doing international logistics, documentation becomes extremely important. Movement of documentation logistics is as important as movement of the cargo. Very important. If you move the cargo with the documentation, nobody will accept the cargo. And finally, information systems. Because in the factory, everything happens under your nose. Am I right? In the factory, everything happens under your nose. You can walk into the shop floor and see what is happening. Suppose you are importing something from Los Angeles into Bombay or into Coimbatore. You know what is can you monitor the entire thing by going and chasing your consignment? No. You have to have proper information to monitor where your shipment is. Friends, in my experience, 36 years, I have seen many times consignment gets stuck up in between. They get stuck up in between. If you are bringing by sea or by air. In fact, once I brought an equipment via Korea. They said use the Korean Airlines. We gave a very good rate. Consignment came from San Francisco to Korea, that is Seoul, and Seoul it got held up for 15 days as a consignment. We should have a very good. So one of the most important things, in fact, I always tell my college students that one of the most important things in supply chain is the information system. You should have very good information backbone. In these modern days, we don't have an information backbone. We are not going to survive the business. The same thing applies to logistics. Other activities are inventory management, handling, and packaging. Now, I am going to make a statement here. Order winning criteria are more service based than product based. And this is a statement made by a person. A manufacturer, people at the back, I don't know whether you can read it.
Great.
Yes.
The manufacturer retailer that responds to changes in sales in absence of weeks is no longer a product company, but a service company that has a product offering. What he says is this man who made the statement is a school dropout. He didn't clear the school. He failed in the school exam and went into business. He said, you may have a great product, but you are not in the product industry, you are in the service industry. The moment you say the product is more a service than a product, then logistics becomes extremely important. Who is the man who made the statement? Who said the service industry? You are in the product business. Service is payment. You are in the service business. Product is purely incidental. Product is purely incidental, he says. Who is the man who said that? Can you guess the name? I given a hint. He's a school dropout. He's a school dropout. He didn't complete the school.
Bill Gates.
Yes, Bill Gates. Bill Gates made the statement. You are not in the product business, you are in the service business. Product is purely incidental. And logistics is not a product, it's a service. 8 rights of logistics. Customer delivery at the right goods, the right time, right quality, right quantity, right documentation, right customer, right location, the right price. This is what the customer wants, am I right? As a customer, you would like to have all of them, am I right or no? But from the organization point of view, all about the lowest cost. You want everything at the lowest cost. Because I tell you, let's not let the logistics costs are very high. I'll come to that slide slightly later. Now, I'll give some examples of logistics. All of you must have watched Formula 1 yesterday, which took place in India. Both in Formula 1 racing, every alternate week or sometimes every alternate week, every week they have a race, every week. If it is within this, like from Singapore, you can go to Australia, they have in Singapore this week, next week they have in Australia. They move 1,500 tons of equipment on a weekly basis. 1,500 tons of equipment. And you will be surprised to find that though they have, next year they are going to have 22 races. That means they start sometime in March, end in December. So in a matter of about how many? 10 months they have to have 22 races. That means every alternate week they will have a race. 1,500 tons of equipment they have to move. Packing, unpacking, repacking. Fuel. Car, packs, tires, telemetry equipment. Collecting telemetry once I reach the site. 100 rooms per team, there are 12 100 5-star rooms. Easy customs, right? Every country has its own customs rules and regulations. How do they manage it? So isn't it a logistics nightmare? Another logistics nightmare. This is something. And I used to go before they are served. What am I talking about? This is spaghetti, pizza. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about a tennis balls used at Wimbledon. Tennis balls used at Wimbledon. They travel 50,000 miles before they are hit by Roger Federer. They travel 55,000 miles around the world on tennis ball. So think small thing, am I right? See the amount of logistics involved in it. The tennis ball made in Philippines but flies to 11 countries across 4 continents. A tennis ball before it travels on the tennis court between the opponents travels 50,000 miles. Can you believe it?
Why 11 countries?
Yeah. They use material from different countries. Who was that person? Yeah, they use materials from different countries. Final assembly is done at Philippines, then it goes to UK. These are the countries. It's a logistics matter again, correct? How are they going to make them? They have to deal with 11 countries and reach, and total travel is 55,000 miles per tennis ball before it goes to Wimbledon, before it reaches Wimbledon. See the amount of logistics involved in it. Logistics, that's not, in the good old days when I started my career, I was in the logistics department. Last time it was called as dispatch department, not logistics. Logistics was not, the word was not coined at the time in India. There was logistics. Pastor, you have brains. I have brains. Then why are you in logistics? Because logistics is only brawn, body. You don't need brains. You have to lift wooden boxes. Why we don't need brains? Nowadays, no, it's not true. Logistics is full of brains these days. Logistics no more a brawn. It's a lot of brain. You know the famous story of Mumbai Dabawala, correct? I don't want to get into this. They have all this cross-docking, everything we talk about, they have been practiced for more than 100 years. Americans only have picked up the technique from us and given a word, phrase to it. Now, if you see the logistics scenario in India, 13% of India's GDP is logistics cost. Is it higher or low? 13% of India's GDP is logistics cost. And in USA it's only about 8%. We still have a long way to go to reduce our logistics cost. There's an enormous amount of chances we have to reduce the logistics cost in India. 13% of GDP is in logistics cost, GDP is India, logistics cost in India. 45 million people are already employed in logistics. IT sector employs 4.3 billion. This is employment right now. Compounded annual growth rate is expected to be 8 to 9% over the next 7-8 years in India. This is going to be the growth rate of logistics in India. Present value is 120, business in India is 120 billion. In all over the world, the logistics business is $3.5 trillion. India's share is about 1%, is 120 billion. By 2020, it's going to be $200 billion US. That's a business only in logistics in India. National Statistical Department says the skill gap is going to be 20 million people by 2020. 2020, India will have still gap. We need 20 billion people in logistics by 2020. That's it. Out of this, 23% will be the supervisor and manager. Others will be possibly like drivers, truck drivers, cleaners, and almost 25% will be in the higher category, supervisory and manager category. This is one of the probably I would say it's the fastest growing sector in India. Logistics is the fastest growing sector in India. People are now still looking down upon logistics, but that's going to be the fastest growing sector in India. Now, there are two main challenges here. What are the challenges you pose? From where are you going to get the people? And how are you going to train them? From where are you going to get the people and how are you going to train? These are the two major challenges we face in logistics. Now, let us give some bad news about Indian logistics scenario. Next 5-6 slides, you can take your hand key and start waiting. Because I'm going to talk about the Indian logistics scenario, which is which is in shambles. 13,000 crores of vegetable and food wasted per annum. And 31,000 crores of rice, wheat, cereals, pulses are wasted everywhere. These are not my statements. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not my statements. This is a statement made by Mr. Sharad Pawar, Agriculture Minister, about 3 months back in either in Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. These are not my statements. The Food Minister, the Agriculture Minister of India made a statement in the Parliament. 13,000 crores of vegetables are wasted and 21,000 crores of cereals are wasted in India. Can you afford it as a poor country? We just can't afford it. Why are we doing it? Logistics is very poor in India. From the time the crop is harvested till it is consumed by the customer, in India the wastage is 37%. From the time the crop is harvested till it is consumed by the customer, sorry?
Maybe cold storage?
Yeah, cold storage is one of them. Cold storage is recommended is 62 million, whereas they only 20 million tons. For example, if you take an item like potato, it's a seasonal production. Consumption is from the year. Potato is produced from February to May, starting from last week it goes like this. So they produce potato in 4 months for consumption for the entire year. But do you use proper cold storage? No. That's one of the main reasons is cold storage. Even otherwise there's a lot of, we don't handle it properly. For example, in Food Corporation of India, half the food is eaten by the rats. Storage, because when we talk about storage, it's a part of logistics. So Indian logistics is in shambles that way. So this is out of 62 million tons, we have only 29 million tons requirement, less than 50%. So when I say 37% of the food is wasted, we can't afford, as a poor country, can we afford wastage of 37% from the time it is harvested till the time it is consumed? 37% is a hell of a lot of amount. Now, you take about the logistics cost in India, it almost synchronizes with the world, except the transportation is 35, inventory is 25. Transportation is always the highest cost in logistics. Whereas in the others, that's a matter of real concern. Others, 31%. What is that 31%? It includes a lot of wastage in it. Cost of wastage because of improper handling, delayed handling, and not proper storage methods, etc. etc. Others is a matter of big concern in India. 31% is a high. We are not even able to attribute any reason except wastage for this. Another important is third party. In India, what is happening is most of the companies, they have their own trucks, they have their own warehouses, they have their own drivers, they manage logistics on their own. Because we don't trust others. Whereas if we talk about Japan, 80% of the companies have outsourced the logistics, which includes warehousing and transportation. USA is 57%, Europe 40%, India is 9%. Is this a problem? Yes, as of today it's a problem. Let's not look at it as a problem. We can say that there's a lot of growth opportunity. Japan cannot go from 80 to 90, but we can go from 9 to 50 easily, am I right? You know? Third party logistics, that is giving outsourcing logistics to other people has not caught up in India very much. If you take Fortune 100 companies in the USA, if you take Fortune 100 companies, ladies and gentlemen, you will be surprised that 57 or 87, 70 companies out of 100 companies are into not third party, fourth party logistics, higher level of logistics. Everything is outsourced. If you take Fortune 500 companies, maybe 250, more than 250 companies have outsourced the logistics. In India, just 9%. It's an opportunity for growth. It's a problem, right? But let's not look at it as a problem, it's an opportunity for growth. Let us talk about road. In India, we have 3.3 million kilometers of road. Next only to USA. We have the second largest road network in India. Second largest in the world. Second largest road network. How much? Out of 20, water road is 2 lakh kilometers, which is less than 6% of the total road. So I'll give some statistics about it. Only 2 to 3% are national highways or state highways. 15% is single lane. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we look at this. Commercial vehicle in India, the one which is marked in red. A commercial vehicle in India price only 300 kilometers per hour. The same vehicle in a developed country price is 700 kilometers. What does it mean? In India, a commercial vehicle on a day travels 300 kilometers. Similar truck in USA travels 700 kilometers in the USA or any European country. Why? Why is it happening? Not really infrastructure. Not really infrastructure. The second is every state has its own forms. We must have gone to Palakkad. On the way to Palakkad, you can see how many trucks are lying for how many. I have told it the waiting time is not less than 24 hours on an average. But the one important thing is, so how does it affect your logistics costing? Very simple. The truck is carrying your inventory, mobile inventory. The truck is carrying your inventory. The more time you carry, the more inventory carrying cost you pay. That's why we become inefficient. We carry more inventory in the truck. We carry inventory in the truck. So in the USA, if it reaches in 5 days, it takes about 10 days in India. So the inventory carrying cost doubles. Inventory carry, and it's not low in India, by the way. Now, see, look at the road. We have 3 million kilometers of road. Otherwise, 80% is village in other roads. Village roads only. National highways only 2%. State highway 4%. Major district roads 14%. And village road is 80%. Again, is it a problem or an opportunity? Yes, it's a problem. It's a future opportunity for the road. Because we are the second largest network of road in the world. Second largest in the world. Now, losses for added to human roads in India. These are not isolated. These are statements of National Transport Development Authority policies. We are wasting 33,000 crores because of improper long transit time, reduced life of vehicle, petrol consumption. 40,000 kilometers of rural roads are eroded every year. Again, you have to retain the road. Again, you cannot be building extra roads, you are relaying the roads. Replacement target 900,000 crores. What it as a poor country? See the amount of inefficiency we have in logistics. Now, we know BOT, correct? Build, order and transfer. We have OT, build, operate and transfer. Build, operate, own and transfer. In India, we believe in BNR. What is BNR? It's neither BOT nor BOT, neither boat or boat. We believe what is known as BNR. BNR is nothing but ladies and gentlemen, neglect. We build, neglect, and rebuild. Neglect. Again, these are not 5 words. These are the National Transport Development Policy. I am not making any statement which is a dangerous statement. These are not my statements. These are from the National Development. Yeah, it's not my own. It's not made up by me. Statements are not made up by me. Generally, pretty safe. Okay. So this is the condition of the road in India. How much is wasted? 30,000 crores every year they are wasting. The amount of and if you see that one of the problems in this one is 24% of the trucks. If you see the organization, 71% in India is unorganized sector. Remember, 74% of the truck movement. I am talking about the transportation. I am not talking about the in transportation, 74% is unorganized. That means a person having one truck or 2 trucks or 3 trucks. They have said that these people constitute 74% of India's logistics, transportation. These people do not maintain the machines, add to the carbon. They add a lot of carbon to the, because the vehicles are not properly maintained. They stop on the way, they don't know how to control, they don't have any GPS and things like that. Whereas whenever you have organized sector, things grow much faster. Indeed, unfortunately, 74% of the truck fleet movement is unorganized. That means they are small players and they are not capable of handling bigger loads. Not only that, they are not capable of kind of reacting to changes. One of the most important things is whenever there is a disturbance, how do you react to the disturbance? That separates the men from the boys. Am I right? But these people do not. Whenever you have 3 or 4, there's about 2 trucks per collapse. They don't have something to fall back upon. So this is a major issue in the country. The logistics transportation sector is not organized at all. Organized properly. Only 30% small and large fleet is only about 11%. People having 50, 100, 200 tractors, well organized network with well organized training for the drivers with complete tracking system. Because one of the most important things is logistics, how to track where the damn truck is. They have GPS, they have RFID, and we don't have. The small trucks cannot afford. We have 1 to 5, they cannot afford any of these things. How do you track? You just cannot track the truck. Air logistics, 4 major portion carry 80% of the traffic. Major portion of the cargo would be moved by passenger freight, which means we don't have much of freighters in India. Most of the cargo moves only by passenger. Freighters are very little. Blue Dart has its own air. But not many, there are not many freighters in India. And we don't have enough airports. That's why statistics say UK is 50,000 airports. USA. UK is 505. UK is much smaller than India, right? Probably UK is slightly bigger than Tamil Nadu. Take the state of Tamil Nadu. UK is possibly slightly bigger than Tamil Nadu, slightly smaller. That is 505 airports. Indonesia has 684 airports. Another development country, Brazil has 4,700 airports. India has 20 airports. Suppose you want to go, a person wants to set up a factory in the middle of the region. Just go from Madurai. Assume that the Tuticorin airport is a small one. So travel for 4 hours away from Madurai. Is there any airport near Kanyakumari? So we have issues. Russia is totally China. China also doesn't have much. In spite of the fact it's big country, it's still fine. India is still compared to UK or Indonesia places. The really big coastlines. India is very fortunate to have a long coastline, 7,570 kilometers. But there are only 12 major coast having 7. There are 184 small coasts in India. Are we using them? Everything goes to the main coast. High concentration in Bombay, Gateway came up only about 30 years ago. We used to have Bombay port trust, came up with maybe less than 30 years. New Jawaharlal Nehru port trust, and that has become the biggest port in India. But it's not in Bombay, it's in the mainland. Bombay is an island, so it's in the mainland. Now, one of the important major issues here, how are we going direct from the port to the city? Because Jawaharlal Nehru port is far away from the Bombay city. You have to move the cargo, bring the cargo to the city, and then move it from the city. The distance about 45 to 50 kilometers. Is there any connectivity, proper connectivity? No, there is no connectivity. There is no rail connectivity. And another important thing in India is that ship takes 45 hours to unload. Ship comes to the port, offloads and reloads. It takes 45 hours in India. The same ship in Hong Kong and Singapore takes 15 hours. That means by the time we turn around one ship, other ports turn around 3 ships. Will any ship come to our port? Will any ship come to our port? Because we turn around one ship and during that time they turn around 3 ships at the same time, like a railway platform. Ships are berthed like a railway platform. So in one platform, they can do 3 trains, whereas we do only 1 train. So as bad as that. In fact, somewhere else I read that it's a difference is 7 and 80. India takes 7, when other countries they take 7 hours, India we take 84 hours. But I don't believe it. This is more a reasonable figure. 15 hours and 45 hours. Can we afford this again? Who will come to India? Who will come to the Indian port? This is the state of affairs. Nobody will come to the Indian port. Am I right? We would like to avoid Indian port, Indian port. It is mainly because we different. India have a lot of women power and manpower. Whereas in other countries they have a lot of horsepower. Another important area where we are lacking is coastal shipping. Within India, from one like Bombay to Goa, we still send by truck, not by ship. Not by ship. So Bombay to Kochi, we are still using the road rather than sea route. Coastal shipping is not. There is a committee formed by the government and looking to the coastal shipping, but we are not used to coastal shipping route very much in India. We are very much lacking in this area. There is only one company in India. Was the head of the company called Abuja Cements. Previously it was called as Gujarat Abuja. They moved cement from a port in Kutch to to Bombay by sea, and they found it was much cheaper overall, including the inventory carrying cost, etc. Much cheaper to do that. Are you using the backwaters of Kerala? No. If you go to foreign countries, they use the lake barrier for transportation. India, we don't do that. We don't use the lakes. Let's talk about Indian railways. Fourth largest network in the world. Some people say it is second one, not the second. The fourth largest network in the world. But still, 61% of the freight moves by road, 30% by air, and the rest by air. Why is it happening? Because in India, the train service is still not privatized. It's still wholly owned by the government. The second major reason is that we have only one track for passenger and goods. Now they are building separate tracks for goods, separate stations only for movement of the goods. My dear ladies and gentlemen, if you develop that, India, most of the people will start using the metro rail because it's going to be much cheaper in the road and it's much faster also. Chandigarh to Chennai will take 2 days by train, but by road, 10 days. That much of time. USA 37% is by road, whereas in India 61%. That means though we have a railway system, it's not very efficient, it's not being used. So, how is that? In China, only 22% moves by road, the rest moves by air and by train. Whereas in India, movement through rail is only 20%. So we have the fourth largest network in the world, fourth largest network of train in the world. The problem we have is important moves are over, absolutely saturated. As I told you, the main reason is we do not, the passenger trains and the goods train go by the same track, on the same track. There is no separate corridor for the, there is no separate corridor for the goods trains, which we are building very slowly. Everything moves slowly in India, unfortunately. Am I right? Because once Mr. Palkiora made a statement in one of the AGMs, annual general body meetings of a Tata company, things move slowly in India because we believe in rebirth. So what we cannot do in this world, we will do it in the next world. So things happen slowly in India. Because other countries don't believe in rebirth, they do it first. They finish it off in this world. We believe in rebirth and many rebirths. But what we cannot do in this world, we do it in the next world. This is what, again, statement says in Palkiora, not failing. Okay. Other important thing is if you want to book any item by rail, you have to go to the station. Am I right? There are a third party who will take it from you. They are developing now slowly. The third party who will pick it from you, take it to the railway station, deliver it at the other station, and he picks up and delivers to the customer, which happens in road but not in train very much. Privatization. Nobody is thinking of it, correct? Privatization. In USA, railways is private. Railway is privatized. India is not privatized. Still it's owned by the government. If you see the logistics cost in India, rate in Europe is 5.5. In spite of the fact that labor is very expensive. Rate is 5.5. Japan 3.5. Canada, I told India 7 cents per kilogram. Highest. This is only about the freight cost. From inventory carrying cost. Inventory carrying cost. Brazil has 19.9 days, China 21.2, India 32.5. Again, we are very high in inventory carrying cost. And India is given today possibly inventory carrying cost must be about 18%. Can you afford to carry that much inventory? Everybody is talking about just in time. With such a road condition train, it's not a just in time, it's a joke. It's a joke in India. Just in time is a joke. Okay. What are the status of warehousing? No big players, small players, people have small area, they say we look to do warehousing for it, they don't have proper handling because they don't have information system. If there is a problem, they are not able to come out of it. That is, I just told you, whenever there's a example, no proper IT system, no proper material handling, whenever you have anything is small. That's what Mr. Chandrasekhar taught. TC, the MD of the TC is always the biggest beautiful. Biggest beautiful. If you are big, you can afford to do a lot of things, correct? Material handling, IT system, etc. Whereas if you are small, we are having a warehouse of only 5,000 square feet, you don't have money to invest in it because you are not going to get money out of the 5,000 square feet. It should be big. They've been in transportation, small players, absolutely no use of transport technology. We have a lot of issues, poor accountability. One of the important problems in India, we have outdated motor vehicles act 100 years ago. Every state has its own problem. Every state wants a form. If you want to present anything, you want for 29. Chhattisgarh, you need form 32. For Orissa, you need another form. The truck goes and waits at the border. Why are we wasting all this time? A truck has to move. It's not supposed to be stored. A truck is supposed to move all the time. It cannot be standing in a place like Palakkad. You are wasting money on the truck. Okay, taking it like not all the time, moving. 4 road restriction, coastal anyway. So let's take a summary. We have transportation inefficiency in the country, poor storage, complex tax structure, low rate of effective. And India still, we are teaching IT to others. Am I right? TCS, Infosys, our IT, if you see, is very poor in India. In India, our IT is very poor. I think we do a lot in India. Poor skill sets. International logistics costs are 50 to 25%. International logistics costs 50 to 25%. Now, that is what I mean, sporadic and untracked outsourcing. Still, they are very poor. Very sporadic. It's piecemeal. It's not a planned outsourcing. One day you don't have a track, your driver is after you outsource. And you don't do it in a planned way. Even today, companies want to have their own, but they don't want drivers because they want control. Like Henry Ford, when he started making the car, he started right from end to end. He controlled. He wanted iron for making the car. He was buying iron. He said, no, I will buy an iron mine. So we bought an iron mine, made iron, used it in the car, right from everything he was controlling end to end. That is vertical integration. But these days, everybody thinks outsource. Am I right? Outsourcing. So logistics is the first item that can be easily outsourced in the entire supply chain. What do you do by outsourcing logistics? From fixed cost, you are moving to the variable. Very important. Financially, from fixed cost, you are moving to the variable. Okay. Situation is dismal, disgusting, depressing, and depressing. Right? Am I right? But do you think these are problems or challenges? How to view this problem? I have given slides which are present an extremely gloomy picture of Indian logistics. For me, these are opportunities. That's what I tell my college students whenever I teach in college. Our generations fail the country. It's younger generation which has to take care of the country. We are failed. We are not improved our logic. You guys have to take care. That's why I keep telling my students in college. Okay. What are that? India, today's the scenario is bad. I don't know how many of you watch the TV evening. Raghuram Rajan, RBI has said that growth rate in 5.7 is going to be 4.8. Today evening, that means tomorrow we expect some bombs from you. Tomorrow is presenting there. Isn't it? We're going to get a bomb from you tomorrow. Increase in the repo rate, which will spoil the repo first. Okay, and India is a democracy. These are with other countries. That's the big advantage. Third is 51% of the Indian population is resident of the case of which possibly you can analyze the body star making. 54% of Indian population. We have the youngest, maximum number of youngsters in the world only in India, not even in China. India, we have the maximum number of youngsters. Forget China. We have the maximum number of Indian youngsters only in India. More than 20% of India's growing in India. Second largest English population in the world. Outside of USA, second largest population. And there's something which you remember is our plus point compared to China. We have IPR, intellectual property rights in place. We have a legal system, maybe it's delayed, but still we have a legal system. So, well in India. Large pool of technically equal. We have the second largest pool of technically equal people in the world. These are our plus points. Second largest pool of technically equal people in the world. And we have the biggest IT base. A lot of IT companies, I mean, we may not absorb IT, but we spell IT to everybody. We preach to everybody IT, right? And in fact, government has realized. Government has realized, yes, our logistics improved. And they said invest a lot of money in infrastructure. Friends, I tell you, unless we improve infrastructure, we are not going to be improved. We may have any amount of product. We may have best manufacturing base. Our logistics in the country has to improve. When I say logistics, I talk about transportation, I talk about storage, I talk about IT, all the three. IT is transportation and storage. Now, people are storing it, what's happening in India, people are storing going in for outsourcing of logistics. It's a look, let's not have our own freights, let's not have our own balance, let's start outsourcing. From movement from fixed cost to variable cost. International logistics players are coming in. They are big. So big is beautiful. They are coming up and setting a shop in India. But I have others provided. Sovereign providers. Now, even big companies like Tata, Reliance has its own logistics division. Tata started 23 years back. They want to start a trade for Tata TK company. All of you know that Mahindra has a separate company called Mahindra Logistics. TVS has its own company called TVS Logistics. They not only take care of their own logistics, they also do the act as service providers for outside companies. They act as like Mahindra, TVS does not have the logistics for other companies as well. These are major players are coming into logistics markets because they are seeing a lot of potential in logistics. They are seeing a lot of potential. Government is also very clear. Yes, we have to improve the logistics. But unfortunately, the targets are low. They are talking about 20 kilometers per day road. How much is the road? We have 3.3 million kilometers road. Otherwise, 80% are village roads. 20 kilometers per day. I don't know when you have to do it. Some start has been made. What is happening in the present? Government tracking is manual. Future is going to be GPS. Some of the companies have already adopted. We are going to many companies to adopt. Warehousing is only about space and manpower. That is what we call as C&M. Now it's going to be inventory management, stock control. They will take more warehouses. Once the big players come into the market, they will take care of more things, inventory management, IT system, etc. Their warehousing will go high tech. Nowadays warehouses are going up. You go to foreign countries, warehouses are vertical. They are no longer horizontal, they are not vertical. Like multi-story buildings. Transportation, modern, they are going to, people are going for RFID. RFID is expensive, but it's coming, the cost is coming down, GPS. Now, we have talked till now about Indian logistics. Now, we have some time to wait. It's 7:30, not 15. I have not a big fast because of the government. Something on top of my head. Anyway, no. We'll talk briefly about global logistics. Now, this is a statement. Canadian meets an Indonesian counterpart in a French restaurant located in London, owned by in India. How many countries are covered in paragraph 1? One is dressed in an Italian suit, wearing a Brazilian parachute, while other guy Hong Kong suit and Thai shoes. Hence, correct. Shirts are better Egyptian cloth. Business in business over a cup of coffee from Ivory Coast accompanied by cigarette factories and institutions. 13 or 14 countries are involved for a 45-minute meeting. Friends, it's no longer true that we are Indian. I mean, be Indian and buy Indian. Once upon a time, English people say that be British and buy British. It will not go good anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 13 countries. There are 13 countries involved in a 45-minute meeting. 13 countries are in a 45-minute meeting to discuss business over a cup of coffee. Okay, they are all local. The business is global. And what is the turnover of Tata Group? What percentage of turnover of Tata Group comes from outside of India? More than 60%. Take Tata Group, more than 60% of the Tata, it's an Indian company, 100% Indian company, am I right? More than 60% of the Tata turnover comes from outside of India. Only less than 40% comes from within India. Take the case of Birlas. They went up, set up factories in Indonesia in 1960s. Now, in the middle of 60s, they went and set up textile factories in Indonesia. Recently, somebody asked Kumar about 8 months back, no, why did he do it? Why did he not do it in India? Because India can't do it. The reason is very simple. Because I took a lot of time for me to get a license to start a factory. In India, those days, there was a very funny thing. In India, suppose your capacity is 100 tons. If you made 120 tons, you are penalized. You are penalized. Your capacity is only 100 tons, why do you have to make 120 tons? It was penalized. Government penalized people. Penalized industry in India those days. I am not talking about this, for 20 years back. That's a Portugal as this is the only country in the world where efficiency is penalized. He said that efficiency is funny because you have this one for 100, you are making 120, making it more efficient, and you are penalized by the government. You are exceeded the capacity. That's a business. I went abroad. I went to Indonesia and set up factories for 47, 48 years back. So I found the atmosphere more conducive there. But things have changed in India. Friends, once upon a time, I remember in my job in 1980s, early 80s, I was tying up with a foreign company, Tata company. Our company was tying up with a foreign company for making hard disk drives. Rodan, the name of the company was Rodan. It took us 6 months to get a license. It took 6 months to get a license. Then Rodan said, get lost. If you are going to get 6 months to get a license, every time you have to get a license, the those days everything was license right. We are not interested in doing any business. We'll go elsewhere, we are not interested in doing any business. That's what it is. Nowadays, the world also business is very global. Business is global. We can't think of India doing business in India. We have suppliers from outside of India, suppliers from India. We have customers in India, customers outside of India. So we have to, whenever you think of logistics, you think of global logistics. The moment you think of global logistics, you have a problem. What are the problems? Currency, exchange rate fluctuation, multimodal transportation. Every country has its own culture. Am I right? Every country has its own culture. It's a big problem here. Language is a major issue. Pronunciation is a big issue. What I don't know whether you know this story about the how the language affects. Now, how do we know 6 Sigma something of that, correct? So an American company placed an order on a Japanese company and told the Japanese company, look, you give 25,000 pieces, 25 million pieces or something, okay? 5 parts per million. No, 25 million. They said 5 parts per million is accepted. Okay, 5 million parts. How many they ordered? 5 million parts. 5 parts per million accepted as defects. And lead time 1 month. And the end of 1 month. Japanese correctly very punctually delivered the goods. There are 5 million pieces in a box. In many boxes, there was a small box with 23 pieces. A small box with 23 pieces. Then what is this? They said no. Then there was a small letter in Japanese English, very poor English. They said, sir, you supplied to 5 million parts as per your requirement. I don't know why you told us to make bad parts. So for every minute I make 5 bad parts, so I will take 25 bad parts separately. But it took a lot of time to make bad parts. They are not just making bad parts. Because of language problem. Language is always an issue, correct? When you don't talk about international logistics, different countries, even within the same country, you have a problem. Like I don't know, anybody from Bengal here? Bengal, they don't pronounce Bhaskar, they say Bhoshkar. They don't pronounce Sa, they pronounce Bhaskar is not Bhoshkar. Satyajitra is Shrodhijitra. Not, we all say Satyajitra. They say Shrodhijitra, short. My name is Bhoshkar. So Bengal invited me for a dinner. They come to me, they call me Bhoshkar, come to my house tomorrow. What's up, Bhojan? I said, Bhojan, but they were singing Ramakrishna Bhajan. They were singing Ramakrishna Bhajan. So they were talking about Bhajan, we should Bhojan, so I went for food. This is what we have a lot of problem. Within the country we have problem. Even within America they have had problems. 2 guys met after many years. American, they embraced each other. First man asked the second man, they asked about what they did for the last 40 years. So first man asked, what about your wife? He said, my wife is an angel. Other man said, you are lucky, man is still alive. The word angel has 2 different connotations, am I right? Okay. Anyway, these are the problems in which international logistics. International logistics is a challenge. This is something I teach in 2-3 colleges. This is a challenge. So many things are different. Friends are coming to the end of the international logistics. India has a trade agreement with Singapore. I started with this question and I am waiting for the question. India has a trade agreement with Singapore by which import of men's shirts manufactured in Singapore can be imported free of customs. The same shirt, if it is imported from India, can have 20% customs. The shirt, if it is imported from Singapore, it is 0% customs. The Chinese manufacturer makes the shirt and sends to Singapore for only doing the collar button. Everything else he makes. Only collar button is put on in Singapore and from there it is shipped to India. But the Indian import of a new details we will pay Indian customs. What is the view of the customs? Is it a big shirt made in China? Is the shirt made in Singapore? Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the questions which you face in international logistics. I am not going to answer that one. These are some of the questions that you are going to face. Many questions are like that, which you are going to face in international logistics. This is a very simple question. I will give an example. Whenever we import any part into India, part of a big machine, the import part comes at a lower duty, the finished machine comes at a higher duty, which is normal. Once I brought a car, maybe yellow tires. The custom duty on car was 100%, parts of a car was 50%. So he brought a car with the price and he said it's a part of the car, so it's going to be 50%. You are the customs officer, how are you going to solve this problem? He said brought a car without tires, everything else is there, engine, everything is there. He says, I brought a car, it's not a complete car, it does not have tires. So I'm going to pay 50% customs duty, not 100%. Okay, these are some of the challenges you face in international markets. I'm not going to answer them because I answer them when I read the program. Okay. Now, if students are interested in methodologies, there are two organizations, ASA, USA, CFT, UK. They offer certification in logistics. These are international accredited certifications. They help you. I don't think that find many students here will prepare. It will help you in enhancing your knowledge and adds a lot of value to the biodata. Adds a lot of value to your biodata. Now, logistics, talk about there are three things: strategy, which is the highest level; tactical, which is at the mid level; and then you have operation. Logistics in India is moving from tactical to so it becomes extremely important. Logistics is the future of it. So you have to okay, I think I this question time. No questions? Either you understood everything or you not understood anything. Sorry? I'll give another example. I will not answer this question directly. That's a group of Indians called Singhis. There's business people, Singhis. There's a place called Ulhasnagar in near Bombay. There is a right orders made by USA. Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association.
USA, made in USA.
Made by USA. Because made by Ulhasnagar, they are right. They are not bluffing. Made by Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. Okay. Beg your pardon? ASTL certification is a certification consists of 5 or 6 papers and it's conducted in India, approved by USA, and it's expensive. Every certification is about 50,000. And the certification, probably every 3 months or 4 months they have exams in India. If you want to know, go to the website astl.org. astl.org. In India it is no one's argued with it.
What will be effectiveness of transport cost in India and China?
Very good. Like I told you, we talked about inventory carrying. No, we are worse. One of the slides has said that now. And I don't have China. If you talk about Japan, Canada, etc. Canada is only 2 cents per kilometer. India, we are spending 7 cents per kilometer. Cents, your dollar cents. Yes. Yeah. Consolidation is required in India. You can't have small 5 person with 5 transport companies. For 5 trucks rather, 5 trucks, he will not be effective in India. He cannot investment. You want GPS, you want RFID, will you be able to invest? So biggest one thing I have seen as a person working in TCS, if you are big, you don't have to do marketing, business comes to you. Business comes to you, if you close the door, business comes under the my experience, because I was working in a small company, 3,000 people. When I went into TCS, our company got merged with TCS. Now our company went to do a lot of marketing. In the case of TCS, no marketing. Solely rationing.
Cost of transport, the water is very cheap compared to regular.
Which one?
Water.
Yeah.
Even then, government is not doing.
Yeah, now they have formed a committee for the coastal transport. Coastal shipping has
They have not given.
I don't know your task. One more thing.
Everybody knows a cheap.
Yeah, people know it, but then volume is required. We are not tapped it at all there. We are not tapped the coastal shipping now. Then India has woken up rather late for the logistics, to improve the logistics. We have woken up only in the last 4-5 years or so. Because we are growing at we are growing at the rate of 7, 8. Now only we are talking about 4.8. We are growing at the rate of 7%, which is a dream for the developed countries. 7% is a dream for the developed countries. We are growing big, but unless our logistics infrastructure improves, our growth will be hampered. So government has raised it. They are investing, but rather with all this paralysis, all this policy paralysis as they call it, we are in trouble. I hope things will improve.
Here, suggestions on this lockdown company.
Beg your pardon?
Suggestions on lockdown company.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
How well are we in the
Flipkart has its own logistics. They are doing well. And their delivery is much faster. Snapdeal also has its own logistics. Delivery, not delivery. Okay, so they are doing well. But then again, it's a problem. If you you see what happens is there are some logistics companies which are extremely good, very good, very efficient. They have their own tracking. Gati has in terms of tracking. I don't know now. Those days Gati never used to handle things properly. Now I have told they handle things properly. But if you go again, big is good. Again, big is good.
There was a roadblock and announced permanent governance meeting. I was head up to the flyover. That is point number 1. In the assembly, yesterday a statement was made. There is only 1% power cut. When I came here, the road was dark. Here main system is not working. So there are good things about the state of affairs. Now I went to your road. I was not asked to go to it. In Deepali, you 2 days off. See your bio is something like Deepavali, Gadati, package. Therefore, these things should have been if they are not diabetic.
No, sir, I always tell my students, I teach in all the colleges. I like mingling with the youngsters because I also think young when I talk to them. So I always tell them, your shelf life is only 5 years. You do MBA, any college, even I am going to do MBA, your shelf life is only 5 years. After that, you become obsolete. So you have to keep on training yourself. But I got 2 certifications after my retirement.
Then I was surprised. His movements across the hall is simply defied. His color of the hair. Therefore, that shows the inner power, the urge, sharing with people. And you were getting about the labor caste. In Indian system, you have 5 kinds of labor, you need one supervisor. If you have 5 supervisors, you need another supervisor. That is not there in Western countries. If they are sent to work without supervision, they will be. That is one of the basic. And
We are lazy. We are lazy.
Not lazy.
We don't work out without supervision.
Lazy, I can't say lazy is wrong, I think it will be actually that system. Then in Calcutta, I was there in Kola, in the evening. Along the coastal, the backwaters are utilized for movement of the cargo, and it has become a very charming route for tourism. They build the houses on the boats, foreigners come and stay, and it has been developed like that. That is the
And moving it for cargo.
when we were joking about our Bengal bubbles, now our Kerala people also say, college journey. College, their own college. And these should pardon me. Therefore, we can change. logistics is going to play a major role in future as you predicted and foreseen. Even the planning part, what we copied from Russia in a concept way during Nehru's period, he said the gigantic industries, heavy industries, what we are doing or constructing, working, is modern thinking. And only in this period, the nuclear energy, the lot of importance to Baba and the Ukraine center, Homi Baba. And outer space, the other man, what is it, cut out the That is how he picked up some people and he gave a lot of importance. And our planning, the most important brain was Mahanovis of Arangal. Therefore, individuals having capacities, if they are backed by powers, then they will do it. Now we were telling about Tata. This is something Tata did. Tata came twice. He was not noticed. He came to Balasundaram's grandson's unit. They are developing a car for them. First time he came, he visited that unit at Avadabad and he checked the things and suggested some modifications. Second time he came along with history. By that time he handed over the mantle to the same man. Then both of them, along with that grandson, went to the Technicolor fast track court and drove it, and they were satisfied. My feeling was, I think they were consumed. That's one thing. And there was a story, I don't know whether you know it. We call north of the place as a Tata Bank. Why? Mahalingam used to say, our Gini Naidu had a lot of relations with the German people. They offered him the truck manufacturing unit venture to him. You know Gini Naidu, which is such a he is got his own idea, and he has got his own idea. He said no. In anticipation of that, they purchased heavy land so that if the unit comes, it will be house. When this man said no, then they got the idea. Therefore, in memory of it is called the Tara. People don't know. And Mahalingam was saying, see, if by chance Naidu would have accepted, Tata should have not got the joint venture. And why not to become more than the venture? That's what Mahalingam used to say. And these are all the things. The whole point is, information is a knowledge. It must be rightful information and rightful knowledge. That's what I like to say. Even though I came late, I enjoyed your lecture. I was infused with your dynamism. I also got some energy input because of the, I request Professor Venkatachalam to hand over the method to Invest. He was the former management director at the BADIF, Professor T.S. Venkatachalam. And he has served as one of the union directors. He's a very silent man, soft man.
Thank you.